So what's going on, you guys? Today is the life of the day of me, a G. Y'all come with me. So I'm finna go ahead and run a couple of errands and stuff like that. Y'all know how I get down. I try to really run the errands before 12 o'clock. So first stop is I'm finna stop at this store and get, a gift card for someone that it's been kind of, laying on my heart to kind of bless them and give them something or whatever to cheer them up because they've been sick. It's actually my coworker, one of my coworkers, her granddaughter. You guys, that's why I separate say health is definitely so important. Please do not ignore the signs and stuff like that. Don't take life for granted, because one day you can be perfectly fine moving around doing stuff, and then the next day your body could completely shut down. And so with her situation, she was just saying like how her granddaughter was like, just playing or whatever, being a normal kid. One particular day her granddaughter came in there and was just like, she didn't want to go outside this one particular day because she said, my leg hurt, like, something in that nature, like my leg hurt. So then she was just like, okay, she let her stay in the house or whatever. And then later on, like that night, her granddaughter got up and was like screaming in pain and everything else. And she was just like, that's when they immediately took her to the emergency room, and to find out she had like, a tumor and different type of stuff. It is just really horrible. And this young lady is only 8 years old, you guys. I really felt, you know what I'm saying? Because I have kids of my own, and even though I'm going through stuff or whatever in life, I'm definitely grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always thankful. So when you see somebody in a situation, it just makes you appreciate life, and it makes you appreciate the small things, because her granddaughter is okay, but luckily they caught it in enough time. And she's just gonna be in and out the hospital, testing, doing different procedures and stuff like that. So I really wanted to kind of do something. I ain't really got it like that, but to God be the glory, because I'm not gonna lie, I can't look at the fact of me not having it like that and me not really having it to spare. I'm just like, what is it for me to get a gift card? 9 times out of 10, like a food gift card to her favorite restaurant or something like that, or her favorite eating place or whatever. That ain't nothing but like, sometimes $15 or $20. And let's just keep it real, we're gonna spend that on something else. I probably gonna spend it on something else that I probably don't need. So I want to be a blessing. And and even though me and the co-worker is so funny, like I love her, you know what I'm saying? Like we had our little ups and downs. We didn't really have our ups and downs. It's like, how to drive. We ain't never really had no beef, but when she told me about it, I was just like, man, I gotta do something. So I'm finna go in here and get this gift card, and then I'll be back. Alright, you guys, so this is the gift cards and stuff like that. I'm really looking for a food place. I'm looking for a food gift card. Bam, you can't go wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? All the kids love Mickey D's. Dang, even all these. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go on this bit, do a safe bit. Okay, you guys, so I got the Mickey D's, you know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong with that. Which her grandmother already told me, like, she do like McDonald's and, in different places like that. And let me tell y'all something. It doesn't, sometimes it's the smallest things that count. Because, like, for example, you might want to do something for someone that is not feeling good, that is not in a mentally place, physically or mentally, and it could be a small gesture. Like, even with this gift card, I know that not only is the girl gonna appreciate it, but the grandmother appreciates it too, because think about it, when you're in and out the hospital and you also have other kids to care for and stuff like that, that might, that definitely helps and take a load off it, because you can be like, okay, cool, on my way to the hospital, I can pick them up, one of their little favorite meals to cheer them up. It's just a lot of stuff that plays in part. And I'm just saying that in general, like, man, be nice, be kind to people, because you just never know. You just never know. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna do that, and that's what I'm on my way to now. That's the crazy thing about it. I'm like, y'all keep it big. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm trying not to shop. I'm trying not to do like no shopping or nothing like that, because in reality, I really need to scale back. School finna start back, so this week I gotta really like buckle down on this type of stuff, because you know my kids are getting ready for school. I have all teenagers. You know, my oldest daughter is gonna be a senior. My middle daughter is going into high school, and then my son will actually be middle school. Like, he's officially middle school. So I'm just excited, but I'm also, you know, nervous. I don't think I'm nervous. And you know, sometimes a lot of times people be like, I'm ready for these kids to go back to school, but my kids are older now. Like, they don't bother me. I ain't trying to say that when they was little they bother me, but when you have younger kids, you have to have more like awareness, and you can't just leave them alone, and you know what I'm saying, like, you can't do that. But when you do have older kids, you do have a certain type of freedom once they become older, because a lot of times these teenagers don't even want you to be in their face. They like, can you please, my kids is like, listen, you giving major pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, can you please go? They told me to go find somebody. Like, they're like, can you please go get in a relationship or something? Because it's like, you all in our mix. And I'm like, what? But I mean, the crazy thing about it, when your kids are little, they yearn to be up underneath you and want to spend time with you and this and that. And then sometimes as parents, we might be caught up in life. Yeah, so, and we tend to be so caught up in life and trying to provide, we lose focus of just being there for them and in their life. And then when they become teenagers and we do have a little bit more free time and availability, they like, I'm busy. Now they busy. Now we revert to being like the kid they was. Like, hey, you want to spend some time? You want to go here? You want to do this? And they like, I'm busy. They booked it busy. And I don't understand how you broke, but you booked it busy. You ain't got no job, no bills, and they be busy. Like, they like, I got to go here, I got to go here, I got to go there, I got to go everywhere. So, but now I love it. I love to see my kids growing, man. Like, they bigger than me now. It's just a blessing. Like, I'm just thankful and grateful no matter what. But yeah, I'm finna run in here, and hopefully, you know, my coworker, hopefully she's at work this morning. Usually she kind of sometimes tend to be on the closing shift. But if she's not, I'll leave it here with my coworkers, because they know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me run down about the gift card. Nah, I'm just saying, they'll definitely know that shit. They'll make sure she get it, so I don't have to come back up here and like track her down and stuff like that. But nevertheless, you guys, tune in. Oh my God, y'all, I'm just now leaving. I'm just now leaving my job or whatever. She went in there, but next thing you know, I started talking to my manager, you know, the store manager. And we just started talking, and we just going on and on and on. And I'm like, girl, I'm supposed to be back in the house by 12 now. No, but definitely, she was, you know, it was a good little conversation. You know, I'm grateful to be so loved and liked. You know, people just like me because I'm realist. You know what I'm saying? I'm the realist, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but nevertheless, so I'm on my way to the library, y'all. So, like I said, I'm really in a better mood. I'm in an awesome mood just because I feel like that justice has been served. You know, I think I had spoke on a situation about the phone company, my phone company and stuff like that, and how I felt like that, you know, how the worker had treated me and how she responded and the way she acted. It was so disrespectful and out the ordinary, and I am so glad that justice has been served. I had talked to someone from corporate after I reached out to them and told them my concerns and stuff like that and how I felt. They had contacted me, and you know, of course, they looked at the tape and stuff like that. They gave me credit, you know, they gave me like 2-3 months worth of credit. They also, you know, apologized. They also, and you know, they handled the situation, and I'm glad that I went about it the way I did. Because in reality, you know, the enemy kept on trying to get me to react in a way. Like, even though that girl was provoking me, and, you know, I felt like she was really trying to trigger me in a place of me snapping, you know, sometimes, you know, you definitely have to leave it in God's hand. Because we might be like, dang, I gotta show this person I ain't no wimp. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do this. But at the end of the day, once you take stuff in your own hands, then you leave it, like, God gotta remove himself, because he's like, okay, because you feel like you gonna get a better outcome than me handling it, so I'm gonna leave it be. Because now once you retaliate against somebody who have done you wrong, now y'all going tick for tack. God ain't finna jump up in there if you sit up here and call yourself trying to take it in your own hands. So that was a test for me to basically leave it up to God, go do it the right way. Because the wrong way would have me putting my hands on that lady. And then next thing you know, I would have been locked up. I would have been all over her having bad customer service. But by me controlling my temper, by me, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, trusting in God and trying to trust the process, then, you know, look at the outcome now. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the outcome. I really got way more than what I expected out the situation. And I ain't gonna lie, I do thank God. Because like I said and say, it only takes one time for somebody to trick you out these streets. And you have to be mindful and careful. And then especially if I say that I'm walking in a different path, you know, in life or whatever, whether I'm changing my ways or whatever, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do have to lead by example when it comes down to altercations and stuff like that. I remember one time somebody who I was close with, you know, they caught themselves trying to snap on me, and I'm talking about they was talking reckless. They was talking reckless, and I mean, I could have just went there with them, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, but I showed them grace in that moment of them being upset, because I was just like, when you kill a person with kindness, that really is a sin. When people say, oh, you know what I'm saying, kill a person with kindness, man, when I tell y'all, that is really a true statement. Because some people cannot hate, or they feel like an a-hole when you don't give them that same energy. Yeah, in the moment they feeling like they big bad whoop, but then they start thinking like, dang, like, I done effed up now. Yeah, you done effed up. Because once you start showing too much emotions, you done already lost the battle. You know what I'm saying? Once a person, like a strategic person, get a hold of you and you start going back and forth with them, and, you know what I'm saying, giving them exactly, yeah, you lost the battle. But if I can still get you, like, if you still calm in the midst of, you know what I'm saying, a person throwing slugs at you and threatening you and this and that, oh, they nervous, they scared. They like, oh man, like, this person crazy. How I'm crazy? Now you do it all the threatening. You talk about how you gonna do this and do that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, now all of a sudden, since I'm not feeding into your energy, now all of a sudden you scared. Now I'm a threat to you, yeah, because you don't know my next move. You gotta be careful with the people that move in silence versus the people that's talking. Yeah, it's a whole different type of vibe. It's a whole different type of feeling. So yeah, y'all, I'm definitely kind of glad that golly, this motherfucker is packed. I don't know what's going on up here. Y'all, this my little duck off spot that I kind of come to kind of like relax and do, but it is packed up here. Like, I don't know what's going on. I low-key, like, do I even want to come up here? Because, you know what I'm saying, I come up here to ease my mind, and, you know what I'm saying, they look like they got a tournament or something going up here. I'm talking about every parking spot is taken. So on the cool, I might just move around. I ain't even gonna lie, I don't know what's going on up here, but cause I'm talking about cars is up. Yeah, but no, I just was saying that to basically like put it in perspective of just kind of, you know, peace, be still. Like, be still in the midst of your anger, and, you know, be slow to react. What's that saying say? Like, be slow to react to, you know, certain situations. Like, kind of like think it out. Because let me tell y'all something. This girl, and I'm laughing because I was talking to my partner, my friend the other day, right? And we in here was talking, and I was trying to tell him, explain to him what happened. So I was like, man, I said, I'll never forget, like, when I pulled out the camera on the girl, and, you know what I'm saying, she was like, why are you shaking? Because I was shaking, y'all. I was like, the phone like this. I was like, because I'm mad, I'm heated. And then she was like, yo, why you shaking? Why you like, see, she thinking, she trying to be funny, like, yo, why you shaking? You know what I'm saying? You shaking now. You know what I'm saying? I got you shaking. Girl, I'm shaking because you talking reckless and I really want to wring your neck like a chicken. Like, girl, like, look, I'm holding this phone, shaking it out. I'm holding this phone because, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is protecting not only me, because it's showing that I'm showing proof, but it's also protecting you, because if I drop this phone, I'm macking on you. I'm bing, bing, bing. I'm macking on you. If I drop this phone, that's all I kept thinking. Like, girl, like, you thinking that, oh, she's shaking because she's scared. I got her nervous. I got her scared. Girl, I'm shaking because y'all said you already talking reckless, and it's like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to react to you in a different way. So I'm like, man, I got a whole lot of peace, but y'all, this is so funny. We were cracking up. I was like, man, I like this. But see, but I'm gonna use that same little slug to my advantage. So when the police got there, yeah, she talking about I'm a threat for her life, but look, I'm shaking, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I'm Karenita. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the black Karen now. I'm telling them I fear for my life. I'm scared. I'm helpless. I'm in distress. Yeah, but you know the streets know. Nah, I'm shaking because I wanna mac on her. I just wanna bing, bing, bing. Like, I wanna take her through there. You know what I'm saying? The enemy wanted me to take her through there because I just felt like each time she kept on, like, saying little smart stuff or doing little stuff to provoke me, and I couldn't get to her like that. I just was videotaping. But y'all, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That camera was shaking, twerkulator. My hand was like this. I couldn't even upload the stuff, y'all, because I could not upload that video, y'all, because y'all would have been like, queen, yeah, like, was it an earthquake in there? But y'all, I was shaking, like, she was trying to be funny, like, yeah, like, I was scary, like, oh yeah, you shaking, what you shaking for? You scared, you shaking. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm shaking because I want to run through it. I want to run it, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but I know if I hit you, if I even do something, that's what you want. That's what you want. You want to kind of label me as the angry black woman, or, you know what I'm saying, this and that. You want to have a reason to basically tell the police that this is the reason why I reacted the way I acted. And it's like, no, I'm not going to let you do it. So I use that same look, even though I know, you know, that's me basically trying to hold my restraint and not to knock her out. But I use that same thing against her. Now, so when the police get here, while you trying to sit up here and say that I got a weapon and I'm this and you threatening for your life, I told them, I said, nah, let's look at the tape. I'm scared. Look at me, I'm shaking. She said I was shaking. I'm terrified. Y'all better start thinking when people try to put y'all, box y'all in and stuff like that. All that pride, yeah, I could have been like, no, I ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Let's fight. No, I'm scared. So now when I retaliate, just know that I fear for my life. You talking about you fear for your life? Nah, I fear for my life. See, that's how you gotta flip the enemy, because the enemy will try to use certain things and words to trigger you, to make you react, because, you know what I'm saying, they don't, you know what I'm saying, your pride is feeling like, oh, I don't want to look like I'm scary. I don't want to look like, you know, I'm weak when somebody trying me. But you know you ain't weak. You know that if somebody try you in a certain type of way, what you would do. So it's like, bump all people trying to get a reaction. Leave them on dust. Now that girl done lost her whole job because corporate was not playing. They even was just like, yeah, we lifting that trespassing. Like, we don't even know why she did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she, you know, she's out of line. Like, they like, yeah, like, we lifting anything that was on your account. Like, you know, we apologize. We finna give you some credit. All that type of stuff. See, God blessed me 10 times more from that situation. And I thank God for that. I really do thank God for that, because that weighed on my heart heavy, because I'm big on customer service. So when she did that, that triggered me in a way, because I'm like, it's going to be somebody else that's not going to show her grace. And that's what I told, you know, her supervisor. I said, somebody else, she would have probably never even made it out of that establishment, because they would have snapped on her. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. I went on a rant about that, but that's it, me talking about that situation. But yeah, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Your girl was heated, you know what I'm saying? And I was a bigger person in the thing. I won the war, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I might have lost the battle, or she might have thought she got down on me. But now, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I won. I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am satisfied now with what happened. But anyways, y'all, so my little spot that I was gonna go to just to kind of relax my mind and, you know, kind of do my journaling and stuff like that, they are. So I'm finna basically, I guess I'm finna probably go back home and I'm gonna try to do my journaling there. But y'all, when I tell y'all, it's so freaking hot outside. So that's the reason why I just be like, people like, well, you can go to a park. I mean, it's too hot to be outside. If you ain't gotta be outside, I would not recommend it. Like, it's in the hundreds. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, ain't nobody trying to play around in this heat. So that's why I'm like, nah, I'd rather just go back in the house with my cold AC. I mean, I hate the fact that, you know, my little spot was filled up and stuff like that, but hey, you know, nevertheless, I go back home. I really just had to do what I had to do. I gotta see what's. So, man, y'all, this is what I'm finna eat for lunch. It's like some buffalo catfish nuggets that I made and some potato salad. I'm finna eat down on this right quick. You know what I'm saying? Put some on my stomach. I had to stop I'm trying to tell y'all, it was so hot outside, y'all. My phone started overheating. So I had to turn that thing off till I got home. So, nevertheless, let's get into it. Yeah, I just woke up from a nap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they call it a power nap. I feel powerless. Ain't nothing power about that. But shoot, her all messed up. It is what it is. But nevertheless, that's gonna end this vlog today. Yeah, y'all. Earlier when I was talking or whatever, when I was in the car, I had to turn off my phone because it had overheated. Because like I say, Texas is, the weather is like extremely like 100, you know what I'm saying? And even if you got AC in your car, hey, that ain't nothing to play with. You know, get in, get out. But I did want to follow up and say this is that, like I was talking about it in the car about the incident with the lady or whatever, and just y'all, just don't let people bring y'all child character. I was saying all that to be like, you know, even though, you know, you going through stuff and you probably mentally be like, no, I ain't gonna let nobody punk me, or, you know what I'm saying, or sell me no wolf tickets. Hold your peace and let the Lord fight your battle, because the payback, or, you know what I'm saying, what he'll do to, you know, your enemy is nothing compared to what you can do. And I just believe it. Like, the way they got down, you know what I'm saying, like, got down and they handled this situation, that is way better. That's way better than, you know, what I was going to do. Yeah, I would have packed her out. You see what I'm saying? You know, but at the end of the day, I would have still had to worry about legal issues and stuff that come with it. So now, y'all, like, think about that before y'all go back and forth with people. It ain't worth it. But I'm finna go. Let me find me something to eat and lay back down.